We are live.
All right.
I'm going to let this ride, get some people on here. Maybe people will watch because it's earlier in the day now. Usually we don't get anybody on until, well, we usually don't do it until about 6, 7 o'clock. So
Yeah.
Facebook is dead, bro.
It is.
It's fucking dead.
That really is.
You gotta stream like on TikTok or
Go to my share it on your page. Go to my fan Facebook page and post it and share it because it'll be there. Making sure the audio is going. We are going. We are. Don't have signal. Fucking great. Whatever, dude. Here we go. Welcome to another episode of Hit the Mics with Ryan D. I, of course, am Ryan D.
Yeah, I'm Steve Rogers.
That's right. And today we have a very special guest. He's very handsome. He's very single.
Thank you.
He's my cousin, and he's a great vocalist for the band NeverSober.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, thanks for coming down.
Can you get a little closer on that mic there?
Check.
I'm trying to hear. What? Let's hear. Here.
Check.
Yeah, we ran into a lot of problems
Got
before
you.
we came on. You know,
We always have problems.
breakers
It's,
going off, and
it's not an episode of Hit
Sweating
the
balls.
Mics if nothing goes wrong.
we've had episodes where nothing has gone wrong, and those have been pretty fun.
Have they?
Yeah.
Has there? I don't know. I
Yeah.
feel like I'm like,
Well,
if it doesn't, if I'm
normally it's not this early and this fucking hot. So
It's a part of the show.
that
for it to go
added to it is
haywire.
just making it
that's also true.
worse.
Oh, that's right. We forgot to. I forgot to update that we are in hell. We're in hell today.
Yeah.
It's hot as fuck.
so if you
hot
see it
as
sweating, that's why.
It's hot as fuck, and we keep. And I'm really frustrated about that fucking cable. I'm really angry about that.
Yeah.
Ordered a cable to get a better camera hooked up for us here, have like an HD, and Steve and I have both made the same mistake multiple times.
Yeah, the first one when I ordered on Best Buy, I didn't realize it was a mini DP. It was a DP to HDMI, and noticed in the parking lot, I'm like, no, we need the micro HDMI. So we go in and buy the micro HDMI to HDMI, and then walk out and I pull out the package. I'm like, this isn't the fucking right one either.
Nope.
Like, and they're just like, fuck it, I'll take it back another day. Tired of walking around this place.
So Daniel, thanks for making the trip.
Thanks for having me, bro.
You're over in Riverside, where it's also hot as fuck.
Oh shit, I didn't know you were coming from
Hot as fuck,
Riverside.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
damn.
We had a big ass fire a few weeks ago. It looked like that bomb that went off. It was like this big.
Oh yeah,
Really?
we're at
Yeah.
Riverside.
No, it's out closer to Highland, I would say.
Oh,
Like
okay.
over those mountains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh. Just
So
never
what's
stops.
What's the deal, man? I know. First of all, you really blossomed, and I mean, we grew up together. Obviously, you've been my
yeah.
cousin. But like, you really blossomed into this fucking awesome, frontman and
Thank you.
and singer, and it's
The
a
glow up is real.
Yeah, I haven't heard any of NeverSober yet. I remember I was listening to your old band before that, Belgrave.
Yeah.
I went to a couple shows. It was always a good time. But yeah, I'm kind of excited to hear some of the new stuff. I know we're gonna play some later.
We're gonna play some
think-
later.
I
We're gonna
think you'll
play
like
play a
it.
music video. So how are you trying to survive? I mean, obviously, I'm not fucking doing any stand up. So I mean, you got no shows going on either.
Right.
What's going on? What are the moves right now for somebody in a band trying to?
I think bands just have to create content. If you can stay busy and write new material,
Mhm.
don't get stagnant on the stuff you've already given your fans,
Yeah.
and come out with newer stuff. Like, we released an album earlier this year, and we're already on album 2. We already have it written. We already
Yeah.
have like 4 songs recorded. They're not released yet, but we're just waiting on it.
So, what's the difference between this one? Well, I know that there obviously the sound is different from this one from your last band, but do you feel that like these guys that you're with are a little more static, like they're gonna stick around longer, or?
I definitely see that. Yeah, I feel like we have a good group of guys. It's 2 brothers, Aaron and Caleb, and their friend Toki.
Toki.
Yeah, Toki.
Nice.
They're just I feel because they have the brother dynamic, it's always going to be something that we're always going to come back to.
Yeah.
And Toki is like, their best friend. So it's always,
that's cool.
I'm always going to be a part of it as long as they want to keep jamming. Like,
yeah. So, so where did you like meet these guys at?
Craigslist.
Oh,
yeah.
It's always Craigslist.
It's always
Craigslist. That's how you always meet the
I
band.
was in Belgrave and I wanted to challenge myself to be a better singer.
Yeah.
So I went on Craigslist to search for a second band. So I found these guys in 2018. They didn't have anybody. It was just it was four guys actually, 2 guitarists. That guy left, but it ended up being just the core of us.
Yeah.
And they just laid down some riffs with these crazy names like Flint, Michigan Water and 3 Holes No Waiting. And I'm like, Pack the Lunch. And I'm just like, why the fuck are these songs named that? It's like, we just named them that.
Yeah.
It's random shit. So
then you can name it whatever you want.
As a singer, how am I supposed to come up with melodies for this and then write lyrics to these song titles?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck does Pack the Lunch even mean? So, but hearing the riff and then creating my own vocal melody and writing the lyrics.
And also, I know like most songs that we grew up with and stuff, like you don't necessarily have to say the name of the song in the song.
Yeah.
It could be called anything.
Anything.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of fun with that. It was the sound was definitely something reminiscent of, I would say, like 70s, 90s rock.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's something that I always grew up on: Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, Alice in Chains, Nirvana. Those are my core.
Yeah. I mean, I've been following you and watching all the stuff that you've been putting out, man. It's been killer. Whoever you're working with that does all your mixing and stuff too. He's a pretty good guy. Good producer.
His name is Kyle Brian Abbott. He's a phenomenal YouTube drummer. Yes.
So where are you guys recording these things at? Are you guys like going down to the studio? Are they still open right now? Or
he has a studio. It's like a lockout space in Hollywood. We go to him and he records us. And
where do you guys usually practice?
Setup. At Caleb and Aaron's parents' house. So we go.
Are these guys close to you over?
Yeah, out in Riverside.
Oh, okay, cool. Mm-hmm. Oh, that makes it easy.
Yeah, it's really cool. We practice on Saturdays and just bullshit it and have a good time.
It's the best.
Yep.
It should be about.
Yeah, there's no stress. It feels good. It's a good band to be a part of.
Yeah. So mostly the 2 brothers then like write the riffs together and stuff, right?
Yes. So Aaron is the lead guitarist and Caleb is a drummer. Toki plays bass. So it becomes between Toki and Aaron, whoever comes up with a riff.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds good. Let's go with this.
Well, you play guitar and bass though too. You don't throw in
somewhat. No, not maybe in the future. I don't know. We'll do some acoustic sets.
Wait, so are you still playing with Belgrave then, or is that done?
That's
over.
Done, yeah. Unfortunately.
So what would you say like the biggest difference with having this second band to Belgrave in terms of like creatively, like creating the sound and writing and like recording these songs? Like what would you say is the biggest difference between Belgrave and
also people listening or watching? Belgrave is still on iTunes and Spotify and all that too, so people can check that out as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
the biggest difference I would have to say was, I think Belgrave had so many different musicians coming from so many different backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of skill in that band and great guys, but I think we just couldn't put together what we wanted. Like some people would be like, oh, this kind of sounds like classic rock. Well, why is this next song sound like metalcore? And so it was like
but like
you guys are all going in different directions.
And that's usually a problem. But like I was just having this conversation with our friend Hobby. We were listening to his old band. I like the variety. Like I like when a band has, like a fucking metalcore song.
And that was my intention for that band. I wanted to try to merge different things.
Yeah. There's nothing. I mean, like a band like, let's say like Clutch is like a southern rock band. But they can be, some of their songs are fucking metal. Some of them are blues. Some of them are funk, In
my opinion, I just think that's the future of music is cross blending genres. If you really listen and pay attention to new music across any genre, they're just putting a bunch of shit together.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's been happening like that for a very long time. But I think just
speaking of which,
sticking to that one sound. Yeah,
you and I are big 80s heavy metal fans and stuff, and you're a big Ozzy fan.
Yes.
What did you think of that Post Malone Ozzy song?
Which one?
Do they have more than one?
They do.
They do have more than one?
Two, yeah.
What's the? I don't know what it's called, but that one, yeah.
Oh, that one, yeah. I like that one. It's different. I think it's cool that Ozzy's experimenting with other genres of music. I mean, you can only come out with the same shit so many times.
Yeah.
It's just like, hey, fuck it.
And his latest album was not that great.
I like Post Malone. I think he's a really talented guy. I think I
was talking about Ozzy's latest album, but yeah, okay.
Ozzy's album is cool too. Post Malone goes on a song on Ozzy's album.
Oh, okay. So there's okay.
I didn't know that. Each other.
Got it. That's what we were talking about. Post Malone being one of those guys that's gonna, that'll create the bridge a little bit more again for this newer generation. Right. You know what I mean? Right. Like there was. It's like every 10 years we kind of need this bridge between the gap, because for some reason there's always this idea that we need to divide like hip hop and rock and roll. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes.
And I don't understand why.
I feel like there's been some kind of merging between trap and emo, and it's just rappers.
But you still have those like music purist fucking nerds who are just like fucking like everything has to be like separate in its own sound, and it's just like where's the fun in that?
Like people saying like Ice Cube doesn't belong in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Like, get the fuck out of here!
Who cares? Yeah.
It's just like, especially when it comes to like hip hop and rock, just like the mixing together. It's been happening for a long time. We've been like getting back on Limp Bizkit recently and listening to that.
We listened to Limp Bizkit the Bizkit the whole way all the way to Lincoln Heights, and
even
back.
like early Slipknot had like hip
hop
very so like they go together, and you can use the sounds to like make things work. So blending genres, I think it's a way to go if it's done right. Sometimes there's some attempts that are pretty fucking bad.
Like, I think hip hop,
you got to fail before you can get something successful out.
I think hip hop influence is good in rock music because it adds rhythm, it adds something to dance to, and make you want to move.
Yeah, totally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why like Rage Against the Machine works so well.
Rage, totally.
Yeah, just getting that funk influence into that.
Exactly.
And even like with hip hop, I mean, mixing with genres on rock and roll per se, but in the early '90s with G-Funk.
Yeah,
adding the funk element from the '70s in with it, and it was just a banger.
G-Funk, even like the Chili Peppers, like I mean,
that's another one.
They're very dynamic
and
band.
That's cool about NeverSober is that Aaron will lay down a heavy ass riff, just fat as fuck, and then Caleb will come out on some what the fuck, like this is like a hip hop beat or like this is a pop beat, and it's just like it adds that dance element. To
totally.
Get people moving a little bit. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Very cool. All right, shall we play the video? Do you want to watch the music?
Yeah, there's a video. I want to hear this.
Let's check it out. Whoops, not ready yet. There, buddy. Oh shit, we're not plugged. Fucking thing's not plugged in. I can't play. So hold on 1 second, everybody. Talk amongst yourselves.
Wait, so where did you guys film this video at that we're about to watch?
Oh, this was in our garage. The goal for this video was to try to create something relatable to the times, as well as, hey, we're just normal guys. We're just here in a garage. We didn't spend like a shit ton of money.
I'm assuming. Yeah, I'm assuming you guys. Did you guys film this like during Corona?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It makes.
Yeah. So.
To see the
we're like, there's no shows. We have nothing else better to do.
Why not?
Let's make some content.
That's why we've just
fun with it.
We've just been, that's all we've been. We got this green screen. We're in hell right now. We've been trying to play around with it, come up with some new ideas. But this week we're beefing with we're quote unquote beefing with another podcast from Houston from Houston.
Oh really? How's that working?
Well, he took things the wrong way. We were shitting on the Houston Astros, and he took it as an attack on himself.
So, everyone.
We're gonna exchange some words.
We're gonna straighten him out. We're gonna straighten him out by the end of the show. So
we're all very offended these days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, totally. All right, here we go. Wyoming witch doctor.
I've heard this before.
Yeah, this is them. played it at the beginning of the show one time.
Yeah, that's right.
Lonely stoner stay alone in his room, to himself and his thoughts they consume. Forever waiting for this moment in time, baby, for what he's searching for and finally find. Never knowing what this world was about, baby. Always wanting to happen right now. Yeah. Some things ain't supposed to go well, yeah. Memories never happen again. Some things should never be asked. Some things you gotta leave in the past. Holding on to whatever was yours, baby, is only leaving hearts staying sore. Never knowing what this world was about, baby. Always wanting it to happen right now. Yeah. Some things ain't supposed to know when. Yeah. Memories never happen again.
Sick.
I know that drummer was hot.
yeah, it was hot as fuck that day.
He's sweating balls in that fucking thing at the end of that.
Yeah, totally. That was awesome, man. I love that riff in that song too.
Thank you.
It's very simple but super heavy.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome. How long did it take to shoot that? Was it? It looked like, yeah, that drummer was probably fucking hot. In that suit.
Yeah.
Where'd you get those paper suits from? What?
We got them from Aaron's work.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You fucking going through the storage closet. What can we use for this music video, guys?
Very topical.
Oh man,
very relatable to the times. I tried to make it.
Well, fuck, man. Where do we go from here? I don't even know what to talk about it with like the whole idea that we got no shows coming up. There's like, I mean, venues when they open back up or whatever, like, what are we gonna? It's so weird.
No, they did. I did see online this week. They're doing like these social distancing festivals. So when you go to a festival, we've been to a show or whatnot, they have like those handicap sections for like people in the wheelchairs.
Yeah,
where they're up in their own little section.
Yeah,
it was like a festival ground. It was a field just of those.
I saw
and so
that.
you bought tickets and
I
people were
did
just
see
selling
that.
that for a festival. I'm like, I would do that. Like
I
that.
would too. I mean, I hate crowds anyway.
Yeah.
So like, I'm like that. Fuck yeah, dude. If I could
Yeah, I
just
would
stay
do
in my
that.
little pod and
Yeah.
get fucked up right there, like that'd be awesome.
Yeah, you won't get
Yeah.
lost.
Yeah,
At the end
I
of the
won't
night,
get
just
lost.
go fucking run off. But you would still find a way.
I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess like part of the fun of being at a concert though is being around the people that love the same group. So
like how do you? I mean, I think that's cooler because we're older and it's like I really don't care. I just want to sit there and just drink a few beers. But like people who are young and have all that energy, it's like I want to go fucking mosh, but I can't.
Yeah,
I don't know. I still like being GA. I do. I don't mind being in crowds.
But you don't go to like, I mean, you haven't been to like a Slayer show at the fucking bottom. Like that's
no.
That shit is it is intense, and I'm so over stuff like that.
It takes away from the enjoyment. It just depends.
I mean,
on what
no,
music
like
you're
in the
listening
crowd,
to.
but you can still be away kind of from the mosh.
You could be in the back,
but
which is fine. But like, do you really? If
Are
you're
they
paying
gonna
general,
are they gonna let people mosh pit? That's the thing. Like,
no,
Yeah,
no,
that's what I'm
not
saying.
until next year. Probably
well, that's
next
what I'm
summer.
saying is like for up and comers like yourself, like that's what makes it fucking difficult because no one makes money on recording music anymore.
No,
Not
It's
really.
all about
I mean,
merchandising and touring. Like that's it. It fucking sucks for everybody. Though.
It depends though. You can make money, but you would have to have thousands of streams.
Yeah. You got to be like
Thousands of
you got to be.
Oh, I even saw like I want to say it was like the CEO of Spotify like came out and like because they're getting like a lot of backlash and like people are streaming music now and the artists aren't really getting paid much, and he's like, well, it's really not our fault. Like if artists actually want to make a living making music, they got to make more than just like one album every 3 to 4 years.
That's another thing.
That was his attitude.
I think a lot of bands they stay on like one album for like so many years, and I think now you have to keep coming out with new content.
So that's that's fair, but I don't think that's up to the fucking CEO of Spotify to say you would like that's a dickhead.
Yeah,
move.
because even if you're a large artist and you're getting like millions of streams, I mean, it's still not the same if you sold 1 million albums. It's not the same amount of money.
Not at all.
And so now you're telling people like in order for you to like make a living, you got to put like an album out every year. I mean, like someone who doesn't know, it sounds like it would be like easy to do. Like, yeah, just keep writing music, but also you still need that creative break where you can like come up with new things. So you're not just like producing the same things over and over again.
Yeah.
And you need like you got to go on tour, and you need a break. Be around the family. We went on tour. We put out this album. We sold some albums. We toured the country for like 3-4 months. And so now it's time to just sit down and rest and think of some shit.
It's crazy how drastic the whole industry has shifted over the last fucking 20 years, 15 years.
Yeah, it's like saying Steven Spielberg had to put out a movie every fucking year,
right?
For him to be successful. Like nobody does that like creatively.
It's scary because it feels like unless you have a song that goes viral, you're basically shit out of luck. Like you're just never gonna make it. Essentially, you have to have a song that just blows up on TikTok or Instagram or something.
Yeah.
TikTok has gotten a lot of songs like trending up to number 1. It's insane.
Yeah, even some like old songs that like
fucking Phil Collins, like his song's back in the fucking charts. From those 2 kids that were doing the reaction videos on it.
That's what's funny to me too, is these kids doing these reaction videos. It's like really, you haven't heard fucking Jolene by
you gotta think about like where they grew up and like how old they are.
I get it.
Like I was lucky enough that I had parents that would still listen to their old music around me, and then movies at the time when I was growing up like introduced me to a lot of new music I'd never heard before from like the 60s and shit like that. And so I was lucky, but a lot of people don't have that. And so you grow up and just listen to what people are playing around you, and then take a time to like, let's reach out and see like what else is out there. And so it's new to them. But it's still just
that I think is great. But I always I get flack for saying this, but I'm like I feel like taste in music definitely has something to do with like intelligent rating though too, right? Like I definitely think
it does.
At least like the ability, like the like wanting to listen to different styles of music and like you know what I mean, like and appreciating different genres of, like even though it might not be your thing, just like being able to listen to it or at least give it a shot.
I feel like it does.
I feel like it you know what I mean?
I know some smart people whose favorite bands are like Fall Out Boy and like
They're not
Newfound
smart.
Glory.
No, I'm just kidding.
They're intelligent people. They just have shitty taste in music. You know, they're just not in that capacity. But yeah, no, I'm all with it. Like people need to diversify like the music.
But
they
because the
listen to.
dumbest people listen to the most basic shit though too.
That is true. That is true.
Well, yeah.
I feel like pop music
Correlation is not causation though. Like
I feel like pop music is children's music for adults.
Yeah.
It's just really
like you don't want to think.
Down. Yeah.
Which I guess I don't know.
You just want like mindless background music.
There's sometimes I'll put on some shit where I'm like, I just need something on, you know.
Yeah.
I guess I'll put on some like 80s pop or something.
That's how I feel about emo rap. I just can't.
I didn't even know emo rap was a thing.
It is.
Yeah.
How about I went? You ever heard of this band called Skindred?
No.
They were a hardcore reggae band. That
doesn't go.
In like the early 2000s, and I saw them get booed off stage at a show.
They're too far ahead of their time.
It was Skindred, Finch, and him. I don't even know who put that lineup together, but
any sense.
Yeah. Oh, it was fucking. It was. It was
They're
pretty
just
funny.
too far ahead of their time.
I mean, I don't even think I even played just some stuff, and it's like kind of not that bad. But yeah, like they were just. I think people were just like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
So, like it was a little too much. Yeah.
I mean, it might work now because there's just so many hardcore bands out there. They all kind of sound the same. So it's like,
yeah.
I don't know. I like that band Code Orange.
I don't know what that is.
They're hardcore, but
I gotta really like start. I need people to like throw some shit at me to listen to because I've been stuck in my same bubble for so long.
See, that's kind of the things you were just saying. We're like,
no, I know, but fuck you.
Is it not though?
No, it's not. Well,
like the kids, you're making fun of the kids that like finally like listen to. Phil Collins.
The classics. You got to know the classics, though. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
I know, but if you're not shown the classics, like how do you know them? If you grew up in a family who don't listen to Phil Collins,
you should know.
Have you listened to Spirit Box?
Nah.
It's like a genty.
I mean, I try. Like I
female vocalist. I think it's pretty dope.
I love female vocalists.
Yeah,
That's
hot.
my shit.
Yes, she's amazing.
I love the sounds. It's very poppy.
Yeah.
Her screams are amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I like when what are they? I don't know. I fucking hate that sound, like the Paramore sound. Like Paramore is fine, because they have a chick singer to me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But when a band tries to emulate that sound with a dude singing like that,
it always sounds bad.
It bugs the shit out of me.
That's why I never really got into like
really
pop punk.
high in that key,
high and nasally.
That's annoying.
Yeah,
like Simple Plan, like that.
Yeah.
Shit. Even Newfound Glory.
Yeah,
just
all of that shit. It's
like
just
boys like girls.
Yeah. Like bro, blow your nose and then sing.
I can't stand that
sing
stuff,
something else.
man.
So basically, all pop punk.
Oh, I hate pop.
Yeah.
Except Calm Grove. I like Calm Grove.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Calm Grove is our other cousin's band.
No.
Shout out Sean, who just got robbed.
Oh man.
Poor guy.
Poor guy.
Can't catch a break. 2020.
Calm Grove's good though. They're picking up steam. I like them.
I told him Calm Grove sounds like a fusion jazz band. Like I have a bunch of retirees with loafers.
It's called Calm Girls.
Calm Grove.
Calm Grove. Yeah.
He always has these weird. Why do they have to sound like they're gonna suck? You know, like.
Yeah, Calm Grove sounds like a gated community.
So what does Never Sober sound like?
It sounds fun.
Yeah.
I like that. That's what we're going for.
Yeah,
that's what we're going for.
Like
here.
You know, I don't know. You got to come up with a name that's going to stand out. Now that was just straight. Like Never Sober is funny to me because it's just boom. That's
we don't take ourselves seriously.
Right.
That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Like Wyoming Witch Doctor. What the fuck does the fuck does that even mean?
I don't know.
Doesn't
sounds cool though.
But Calm Grove. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Don't burn. I don't want to burn on him too much. But
okay.
But
he's
gone through so many like different bands and stuff, and the ones that have been the best are the ones that had girls, had chick singers in.
I think the metalcore band he was in was
that one was pretty good. Yeah, he was. Yeah.
One.
I did like that one because they were heavy.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's like I think pop punk should die.
Is it still like? I mean, probably.
Yeah,
is.
it's still
Probably
a thing.
is.
Yeah,
It's still very, very alive and kicking.
It's still
And
very
they have
alive.
these emo nights at like nightclub. Well,
Yeah.
not now, but you know,
Oh, yeah,
like
like
nightclubs.
Echo.
They'll do like fucking emo nights, and I'm just like, ugh. God, I'm like, I did everything I could to get away from this shit back in the day.
I think in this new decade, it'll start to take a turn. Something else will become the new.
The new what?
fad,
The new-
the new pop punk.
Yeah, but I mean,
What's his name? Fucking Machine Gun Kelly now is like doing pop punk. and
Jesus
shit.
Christ.
That is true. Yes, I don't
It
know.
is so bad. It is so bad. I don't know what Machine Gun Kelly's doing. I didn't even really like him as a rapper that much. He had a couple good songs, but
He just somehow he somehow played the game right and
See,
got
that's-
famous.
That's
you know?
what I'm saying.
Acting.
That's the crossover that's going on right now. You have rappers doing pop punk.
Okay.
Well, a rapper's doing rap to get popular. You know what I mean? Like they'll play like legit like Post Malone and like you know like
Post
Machine Gun
Malone.
Kelly. Like these guys have like they
Post
like
Malone's
other
actually
things.
good.
Yeah, they
Post-
like
Post-
other
Post
things.
Malone's actually
Right.
yeah.
They have other.
But you know what I mean?
influences.
Like I feel like they picked a lane that they knew they can fucking you know
Teeter on both
yeah.
sides.
And then
that's
just change
very
the
true.
sound like as they go, and
Yeah.
that's fine. But yeah, the first time I heard Machine Gun Kelly's like pop punk band, it was like on the song on K Rock. I just had the radio on.
I couldn't
And it was
listen
playing.
to
I'm like,
it,
what
yeah.
the fuck is this? And then it was like, oh, Machine Gun Kelly. I'm like, Jesus
That's
Christ.
how I feel about most music I hear on the radio these days.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
The,
When I don't plug my phone in, I'm just driving. Like, what the fuck am I listening to?
that was more my point, Steve. Was
Do you
was people who love stuff on the radio, I feel like aren't that smart.
do you remember that phase where people just love the fuck out of like these folk indie bands? Like,
Oh my god, dude!
when
Yes.
the fuck, like
Oh man.
early 2010s, like
Yeah.
Mumford and Sons,
Mumford and Sons. I had a
I didn't really fuck with Mumford and Sons, but I did like
a
a lot
bunch
of
of bands within that same
They
genre.
all- they-
just
a lot of
appeared
them.
out of fucking nowhere. Like,
Mumford and Sons. What was
It was just like the hipster movement at the time. Arcade Fire, like Mumford and I'm not going to compare Arcade Fire.
Arcade
Mumford
Fire
and-
is actually good though.
Mumford and Sons,
but it feels
yeah.
like indie bands from the hipster movement that were like indie alternative just became this weird folk bullshit.
Yeah, and they went away because
Yeah,
it went away.
they like Gautier.
Yeah.
Someone I used to know.
Yeah.
Like they were just songs that just went away, and some of them were just not that good. I mean, Arcade Fire like stood the test of time, in my opinion. I love.
What was
I
the other
love
one?
them.
Kings of Leon was the other one.
Kings of Leon's early stuff was like really good.
I really like the Strokes.
The Strokes, yeah,
I love the
the
Strokes.
Strokes weren't like
Strokes are
folky
badass.
though.
No,
No,
that
it
was
was
like the
more,
early
yeah.
Who
indie,
else? Like She and Him, Zoe Deschanel's
Yeah.
band. Yeah, there was a bunch of that time. Yep, 2010, 11.
Yeah, I had a
like, 8,
girlfriend.
9, like around there.
I had a girlfriend at that time that fucking loved Kings of Leon, and I wanted to kill myself. It was
Yeah.
like she would blast that shit in the car. I'm just like, God. I'm like, this is what they fucking torture people with, like in prisons. Like this.
I think a really underrated like scene was that scene before like the emo thing. It was like that post grunge,
Yeah, like the indie rock.
Yeah,
indie,
like
indie pop.
You mean like what? Like at the drive-in?
like 3 Days Grace. Like
Oh.
yeah, I thought that was like I don't know, maybe it's just a nostalgia thing, but
Maybe.
but it's like, hey,
Fucking
these songs are pretty good.
Breaking Benjamin.
Yeah.
There's another one. Another band was called Cold. That was
Oh shit!
Remember
Yeah,
that one?
Yeah, that song "Stupid Girl."
Stupid Girl. Yeah.
Holy shit! Surprised I still
Yeah,
remember
that's
that.
funny, dude. It's funny that you brought that up because that was all the shit that was on the metal station of music videos that I would watch when I'd come home from
Cold.
school back then.
Yeah.
All that stuff. It was like enough. Fuck. Who else? That was a lot. There was a lot of
It
that
was
stuff.
like that in between like late 90s, early 2000s transition into
Yeah.
like the emo. What
Yeah.
we knew was like 2006, 2007.
Yeah.
Those bands like Switchfoot, like
Switchfoot,
Breaking,
yeah.
Breaking Benjamin,
Breaking Benjamin.
Yeah, those ones.
3 Days Grace. Yeah. Fucking.
Yeah, I was really a fan of them then. But I mean, what can you do? I mean, music's always going to change, and there's always going to be like a popular genre that we all think is,
Yeah. Well,
garbage.
you know what's funny is like some of the shit that I hated, like I hated so much back in the day. It's like now I'm like, it wasn't so bad.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Yeah, it wasn't so bad.
But I think I don't know if it's just a generational thing that everyone goes through, is like eventually hating what's coming out now. That eventually you come back around to be like, the shit that I grew up with wasn't that bad.
Yeah, not too bad.
No, yeah, absolutely, because when those things were coming out, we're like teenagers, so you don't want to go with the everybody else.
I just want.
That's what everybody's listening to. Like fucking sheep, they're stupid.
Yeah.
Like I have better taste in music.
Yeah,
I think it always happens. Like you said, generation. When you get older, I'm like, it fucking wasn't that bad. And like, but this shit, it's like, look at SNL. Everyone says whenever SNL is on, like, it's fucking sucks. It's not funny. Then a couple years goes by, those casts leave, and you're like, remember the good old days with, that cast that everybody hated when they were on, but we all love now.
It's funny because like I don't want to fall into that, but I'm like, I catch myself doing it, all the time. Like music of today, fucking doesn't have anything to say.
I just want to see a scene of rock bands emerge that the younger generation really gets into and embraces, and not them be these soft ass pussy bands, like some like actual heavy bands that are new.
Yeah.
And I want younger people to get into this and be like, oh shit, like
rock and roll still alive.
Yeah, like it's still alive.
It is there. Like it is there, but we just don't listen to it.
Is it?
I guarantee it's still there. There's still these hard bands that are out there that are playing.
They're out there and they're playing, but they're not on
they're
MTV
not
and they're not on radio.
But at the same time, do things need to be on MTV and the radio for it to be good? Or are you seeking that validation?
I would like it to be
top 20 fucking pop rock radio.
I would like it to be.
Well, okay, so it's like we were talking, like you were just saying, somebody who didn't have anybody who showed them like these classic things or whatever, or these great. I mean, like, but that's how it. I guess that is how it's always been, though, for anybody to find what they really are into, though, right? Like, didn't you have to kind of dig a little bit to find? I mean, like the first time I heard, "Kill 'Em All" by Metallica, the Metallica album.
But your mom was metal.
But I didn't know Metallica was that thrash band back in the 80s. Like what the Metallica I knew was fucking Nothing Else Matters and Load and Reload and Mission Impossible too.
But at the same time, they were still mainstream, and
they were a mainstream.
That mainstream rock metal thing went away.
But people fucking hated Metallica when they were fucking popular in the 90s, and their sound changed with like Load and Reload.
If you listen to rock radio now, like KLOS or whatever, you will not hear any new shit past 2005. Well, you know what? 2010 maybe.
But I have Sirius XM. Even on fucking Ozzy's Boneyard, they're playing the same fucking 8 bands on rotation, and it's
the same shit.
And it's it's the same fucking thing over, and it's like, what about some Wasp or like give me some like Armored Saint or something like that?
The shitty thing is they're all businesses now, and they can't take the risk of playing some new stuff that it's going to alienate their base. It's coming to listen to these same fucking 8 bands, and so no one's willing
to cater to.
They cater exactly. They have to cater to their audience, and they're not willing to take that risk, which I don't agree with. I think it's stupid because like finding new music like on the radio is like what used to happen. But I'm telling you, man, like
our Aunt Charlene's on here. Tons of new metal bands played. He played there. Wait, what? Liquid Metal on Sirius XM. I listen to Liquid Metal as well.
No.
That's where I try and get some new stuff is from that Liquid Metal station. Yeah.
I think it's a California thing too, because I was in Arizona and I listened to the rock radio station out there. I heard a lot of new bands that are within the metal scene now, like I Prevail. I'm not like a huge fan of them, but it's like it's nice to hear like a new metal band that's on the radio, at least mainstream.
Well, I see what you're saying though. You want a mainstream band
like a wave,
to influence, because I mean, look, I don't know, like the late 90s was, I mean, and I'm sure maybe some part of the 80s too. I wasn't there, but the late 90s when we were growing up, like hard rock was huge. It was. I mean, like that's all that was on the radio, right? Like, but then there was probably a ton of people who were like, fucking tired of this, this hard heavy shit. I want to hear some pussy.
And that's
shit.
what kind of we were talking about earlier. You have that hard heavy stuff, and then there's the pendulum swings, and they were talking about that slow folky emo stuff that was coming.
Right, that was
the pendulum swing. We're just waiting for it to go back.
I mean, like it was on the 2000s, because 2000s had that whole group of bands, Slipknot, Korn.
I mean, like Godsmack was on the radio.
Linkin
Park,
Park,
Seven Dust.
It was heavy. They were playing Bad Religion, rotate like
But here's the thing, like I know you don't like going to festivals. That's why I like discovered a lot of like young bands like playing just like heavy grungy shit. Like
youngins.
Like when I was going to Burger Rama when I first started listening to
like
Fiddler like years ago.
Fiddler's dope.
And like this other band called Girl Band. This is a really kind of heavy band from the UK. So they're there.
Yeah, on the side stage.
Side stage.
That's what I like doing.
You go and discover this new music, and that gives you something to listen to. Like I don't need the validity of fucking K-Rock to tell me if a band is good or not.
Sure.
And if the band starts getting played on K-Rock, they usually have a label, and their sound usually starts to change a little bit to fit the sound of what is on the radio.
Very true.
You know, just support your local. Well, that's why I would support your local businesses. Go to your local shows. Go to these shows. You know, and it's how they make their money. But we can't go to shows anymore, and so it's just it's fucked.
So it's hard, man.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's why like I really enjoyed. Well, you know, pre-COVID, obviously, my favorite thing to do was go to other shows and watch my friends' bands, and then try and check out the other bands if I ever got into somebody. And I've gotten into a few that I like. There's this band called Ailish. That they're like a local kind of folk rock band. With a chick singer.
Again with the folk.
I know, but I like it. I do like some of them. I don't like a lot of the mainstream shit. Obviously, I fucking hate. But you know, like you know, have you heard like Devil Makes Three? That's like they're like a folk punk band too. Like you'd like them though.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
I heard someone say something about the reason why rock is really dying is because there's no rock stars, and that the rappers have become the
rock stars.
Yeah, the last rock star we've had is Dave Grohl.
Like if you look at it, you see these fools on Instagram. I saw Tekashi 6ix9ine the other day on World Star with just a stack of money.
Yeah, sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Yeah, that's
pretty
rock
much
and
the rap
roll.
stars.
That's a rock star right there.
Yeah, that's very true.
I don't like his music, but
he's living the good life.
It's the persona.
Yeah. It's the persona, and it's the lifestyle too. You know, like, you know, a lot of people don't know who Lemmy is or was. You know, but he was. I mean, he was
the
and
rock
is
star persona.
Yeah.
Same with Ozzy. That's why Ozzy's still on top.
Yeah,
because he's Ozzy Osbourne.
Right.
I think they should do more for like music classes for. You know, even in like elementary school and teaching kids like music and things like that. Well, obviously, the arts get cut.
That's a great idea.
But I think it should just like have, I mean, obviously music worldwide, but focus like on the history of like U.S. music, like 50s up, or even starting the 40s. You know, with like
there should be,
old,
and it shouldn't be an elective.
No, just to see where things have come. Because I mean, just learning. I mean, regular U.S. history and I think even music history, like they intertwine and they're just as important.
I took music history in college and they taught us about Bach and Mozart.
Yeah, that's what they do in college. Yeah, I took a music history class and it was all Baroque and Baroque music and all that shit going up. And then like the last week, it's like, oh, the Beatles. And then there was the Beatles. Here's your final. It's like,
you're like, wait a minute. We're gonna gloss over Chuck Berry and
yeah. And so
this is modern pop music.
Yeah, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I just think it's important. But you know, we've talked about this before, like off air. Like the arts are the first thing they get cut, and I think they're just as important as any other subject that a kid should learn growing up. In the education system. Which
it's kind of it's crazy because arts and pop culture, like that's all you grow up with, and or you should be educated in it because that's all you're going to be able to communicate with other people with for the rest of your life.
And then also like music was also a product of the times and things that were happening during that time, and it reflects the things that were going on in those decades. That's what I said, they intertwine perfectly with music, and to get a kid to pay attention to history, and if you like wrote some kind of like music theory in with it, I think it would keep more kids invested. But fuck them. We're gonna learn about George Washington again.
Yeah, but that's exactly like I was saying right now. It that's why there's so many. Like, look what I just did earlier. It's like, oh, you haven't heard of fucking this? Like, you're lame, right? No. So if when you're growing up as a kid, like that's one of the most social. That's the biggest social connection you have with other people is knowing what other people know. Or especially with pop culture, music, and movies and stuff.
But also, like you said, when you were growing up, like you didn't give a fuck about Metallica really because you never heard the old thrash stuff,
right?
But you also had a mother who was into it, so you learned about it later.
Right.
But now you have a group of kids who parents don't listen to that.
Yeah.
And so they only listen to what they listen to, what's cool because they want to be cool, and then what their parents listen to, like the 80s. So it's like Run DMC and like all that stuff. And so it's just like that's why I think like in school it's important,
Yeah.
Because fucking.
I think
that Phil Collins song, like everyone should know that song. It's a very popular song. Yeah, in the air tonight. Yeah, like everybody should know that, but a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
And it's good that it's getting there, but like you said, TikTok, if something goes viral and has a song in it, that song's back on the charts.
Or even in our society, the idea of like sharing and trading music is not really a thing anymore.
You also have to come up with a dance challenge.
That's right.
Every song you release.
That's right. So Wyoming Witch Doctor, we should do a fucking
dance challenge.
Dance challenge. We can do a choreograph dance in hell, and then
or just send some kids on Black Twitter and then watch it go. Yeah. I remember that happened a couple years ago too with Fleetwood Mac. I want to say Dreams came out, and all the tweet was like, "I hate people say that you can't dance to Fleetwood Mac."
I know that became a whole thing.
It was like an HBCU like cheerleading squad dancing to fucking Fleetwood Mac, and then it got put back in the charts.
Yeah, and that's what there's this Mexican guy that I follow, and all he does is dance to Fleetwood Mac too.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, but yeah, just throw it to some black kids, and they'll get it trending again.
That's so true.
Pretty much. A group of 13-year-old black kids like, yo, listen to this music. Film your reaction. Sold 1,000 copies that first day.
I guess that's the new trend is getting like
getting the kids
to react. Yeah, I guess
because you get the two sides of it. The kids reacting to it, and then those kids that are watching get back to new music, and then the adults like, what the fuck? How do you not know this song? This is ridiculous. And then them go back and re-listen to it and re-buy those albums, and then it's in the charts again.
I know. I keep catching myself being that fucking old asshole. Like
kids nowadays have it shitty as fuck.
What do you mean?
I would not want to be a kid today.
You know how easy it is to like get new music? If I was a kid with like Spotify and streaming apps the way I was, like
it's so much. Yeah. It's too much information.
I couldn't afford all the shit I wanted to buy, all the CDs.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, I had an iPod that I had Ricky just fill the fuck up for me because that dude. It was like the more gigs he could fill up with music, the cooler he thought.
I got 1,500 songs on here.
So like we had the LimeWire days.
Yeah.
Right.
So when you gave your computer AIDS.
Yeah. Well, Ricky was always my tech guy. So like his dad was an IT guy. So like their house was rigged with fucking all the technology, and like. I mean, he was torrenting fucking albums before anyone knew what torrenting was, you know. So like,
let's go to Ricky's house to play video games.
Yeah, like full discography. So I would go to Ricky's house, play video games, and just like just take his entire library onto my iPod.
Yeah. I used to have the shuffle.
Yeah.
I had the shuffle, and then I had the shuffle, and then it got stolen. And then at the skate park, someone's fucking stole it from me.
Yeah.
And then I bought the first video.
Mm-hmm.
I bought it with my fucking first paycheck.
Yeah.
That one got stolen out of my locker.
Yeah. They had an iPod video.
Yeah, it looked like it was the classic, had the click wheel, but it played videos on the little screen.
Oh yeah, I didn't have one of those.
Yeah,
I had one of those.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I just ended up dying.
Old school as fuck.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, and I had two of those, and they both got stolen.
Crazy. Yeah,
you can't leave shit in your locker rooms during PE.
Yeah, well, only they fucking made us all the time.
I know.
Fucking made me pissed off.
Like I used to see these tweets where people were like, "Oh, these are kids after like gym class," and it was like the crying Peter Parker, Tobey Maguire. It said like, "Hey, bro, have you seen my phone?"
It's so true, dude. Yeah. Every fucking PE class, there was always somebody who got something stolen.
Yeah, who was just asking. Yeah, especially those locks we had. They were easy. Like, we knew how to just open them without a combination.
It was 3 clicks.
No.
You could just snap it open.
Yeah, just snap it open. You get a bat or a hammer or something.
Yeah.
Knock it open, and then there you go.
What year did you graduate?
04.
Okay, you're Sean's year.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're 08.
Yeah.
2010.
What's funny was my year that I graduated high school. Everyone who was like on the committee of, I think it was like, what is it? ASB. Yeah. ASB. So they were in charge of like doing the senior sweaters and the mugs and shit like that, right? All my shit has no year on it.
Why? They didn't think you were going to graduate.
It just says seniors. Like they
couldn't afford that extra 08.
There's no year.
Yeah.
So I have my sweater. It just says a Royal Knights seniors.
So you could wear it to this day and be like, hey man, congratulations.
Yeah, there's no year on it. Well, the yearbook has a year on it, obviously, but
yeah, that's funny.
Fucking, I was like, really?
Class of 2020.
Yeah. 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 And there's a whole, I think I told you that I knew a guy in yearbook. So like I was just playing around with him. I was like, hey man, make sure you get a big picture of me. And so there's a spread of me and Matt in like the middle of my senior yearbook because we got the like front page of the siblings page.
Oh,
which is pretty funny.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I don't know. I couldn't imagine having all this social media stuff right now.
Oh no, I'm glad
I would have gotten in so much trouble.
I'm glad we didn't. Yeah,
because of because of the era we grew up, doing the jackass pranks and stuff like that.
Yeah, man. We didn't. Our parents didn't need to know. We were doing some stuff that was pretty illegal. So it's just like I'm not gonna bribe. Like stop. Like when I see kids and like people just like broadcasting everything like on social media, I'm like, stop telling on yourself.
Yeah.
Why are you telling on yourself? You're giving evidence, timestamp evidence. I was here fucking this up. And yeah, you're just giving the cops evidence.
That's why
bust you.
I think.
I'm did school. I'm chilling at home.
Yeah.
It's just like
I think the beginning of the social media boom was like a golden era because like you could just post whatever you wanted and it would go viral instantly, and you just become
because it was
millions.
new.
Yeah, it was new.
And then everybody was trying to go viral, and everyone just started stealing jokes and
crazy
content.
videos you remember seeing on YouTube, and it's just like for the first time, so much became culture. Like a cultural thing.
Yeah.
I remember it was like with
so
like
funny.
E-Bombs World and College Humor.
Yeah, College Humor.
The double rainbow guy.
Yeah.
He just died.
Yeah, he did.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace. But his name Bear something.
Oh my God, looks like a triple rainbow. Oh my God. Oh my God.
That poor guy. He seemed like such a sweetheart when he was on Tosh.0. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was so nice. But you never know what's gonna go viral.
Yeah.
There's no formula. It's like up to the people. There's no formula. There's some shit that's gone that I remember seeing a long time ago.
I feel like it's become so much harder now. Like
everyone's trying to go viral.
Because you can't target it.
The algorithm is just like hiding shit. Like
yes, there's that.
Post shit on Facebook.
You have everyone you have everyone trying to be internet famous.
Yeah,
it's gonna be almost impossible.
Yeah, you kidding? That's why I'm so fucking tired. Like I was like, I put on Facebook. I was like, so should I just say goodbye to stand up at this point? And then all these people were like, just find a new fucking outlet, bro. Blah 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 blah. And it's like, oh yeah, okay. Yeah. I've been podcasting for 3 fucking years, and none of you guys have been watching it.
Yeah. Just find a new outlet.
Find a new outlet. Oh yeah, all right.
You know what you need to do? You need to become best friends with Joe Rogan, and then you'll be set.
That's fucking
become friends with Rogan.
Yeah.
Well, you know what though? All those guys are leaving. Like it's like all the comedy jocks of Hollywood they're all moving.
Good.
Isn't that a good thing? That is a good thing. Yeah. Now we'll finally get a new wave of fucking comics at the store or something like that.
Hopefully.
God damn, dude. Rogan and his minions, I'm fucking so over it.
I think when all of this ends, I think there's going to be a big boom for entertainment because people are just going to be craving that so much. Like, finally a live show we can all fucking.
Yeah. Well, for that, my thing is like the regression of it is with Corona and everything. You have a lot of people that come to LA to try to fit the stream and tell their story, whatever, be it stand up, film, whatever, music. But a lot of these people that come from the Midwest and things like that, they lost their jobs. They probably a lot of them had to move back because they can't afford.
That's a lot of people right now. Yeah,
a lot of people are moving back. So
a lot of comics and actors are moving back home.
So when things start coming up again, it's going to be the people who mommy and daddy's money who could afford to live here and not have to deal with it. And so we're going to be seeing their boring ass stories. Again in the beginning. Hopefully not. So that's what I'm looking. I'm hoping doesn't happen, but looks like it might happen.
Yeah, that's always true. I mean, even in music, you see the bands that do come up are the ones with a shit ton of money.
With money,
they don't got to work a day job. Mm-hmm. They can just sit at home and write and
professional
100% on their
professional quality content. Just release it all the time.
It's like, oh, I'm so broke. I'm like, bitch, your dad pays your rent and all your bills and gives you an allowance.
Like, you just have a studio in your room. Making everything.
Stop it.
We got comments here from Mr. D Rotten of FamCast Media.
Yo, what up, D Rotten?
Oh yeah, Steve-O was taped to a billboard today.
He was taped to a billboard today.
Yeah.
Steve-O is
to promote his comedy specials.
He's doing a thing that is, it's like unreleased footage that he has,
Yeah.
and storytelling, I guess. So it's another comedy special, but it's more his lane. It's more, I respect this more than his
And just
fucking
stand-up.
stand-up, because
Yeah.
he's not good at stand-up.
My thing also is like, Steve, you don't have to do these things anymore. Like, people know who you are. You have fans. Like, why are you duct taping yourself to a billboard and off a Cahuenga?
Yeah, it's
like just
it's getting a little
social
it's
media
getting a little
bot.
sad.
Yeah, because I saw some of the video today, and like he's old and he's all the grays, and just like Steve-O, you don't gotta, come on, man. I know you got money. You're sober now. Like just
kill yourself so everyone loves you already.
You got enough followers.
No, I said he's going to kill himself.
Oh yeah, no, I'm saying he should, so that way, way everyone will love him. Forever.
It's just but I mean, like I said, how else do you go viral?
Yeah, well, okay. So D Rotten says, I don't know if you spoke about this, but is Belgrave coming out with new music? No, Belgrave is completely done. That's what
Belgrave is done, bro. It's old news.
Old news, bro. Get on that NeverSober.
Get on that
train,
NeverSober, bro.
You see Tebow taking himself to a bill already. We
2020.
just talked about that. Rogan moving to Texas. Joey Diaz going back to Jersey. Yep.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's really happening.
Oh,
it's $9.99 on Steve-O's webpage.
I don't give a fuck about Rogan, but
Joey's going back. That's who else? Fucking most of those people are.
Yeah,
they're gone. They're moving somewhere else.
No, whatever. I mean, they have the careers. Rogan got that $100 million Spotify deal. I give a fuck what he does. He's gonna be fine.
$100 million
for exclusivity on Spotify.
Oh my god.
So Rogan's fine. He can go wherever the fuck he wants. He doesn't need to be in LA.
Yeah.
Hopefully we start getting these like dude bros.
Here,
bro, you fuck what? They're still gonna be there, but like,
you guys listen to Rogan?
Yeah, you see Rogan this week?
Rogan?
Fuck, changed my mind, bro. I'm gonna do some DMT and a deprivation tank.
No, I don't.
No.
I don't. I got it. That's the only thing. Like, I like Rogan. I think he's a great interviewer. I think he's fascinating guy.
I think the interviews get too long sometimes.
Yeah,
2-3 hours.
They go a little long.
They go a little long, and then it's everything kind of reverts back to fighting all the time.
Yeah, and mind awakening.
Yeah, CMC all the goddamn time.
See, that's the thing with anything I like. It's the super fans where it's just like, okay, fucking shut up. It's like super Joe Rogan fans, like, get away from me.
Yeah.
Super like Star Wars geeks, like, bro, suck a dick. Like, shut the fuck up. Like any like super like, I know everything about this person and like I want to be them. Like, stop.
Yeah.
He don't give a fuck about you.
Yeah.
George Lucas could give a fuck about you. Disney doesn't care about you. They don't care about you or your
I go to
opinions.
Disneyland every day.
Yeah, cool. They appreciate your money, but they could give 2 fucks if you came back.
Yeah.
Like, stop worshiping these people like that. Just be a fan. Just be a normal person. Be a fan. Stop gatekeeping. Enjoy things.
Is that who else? And then I remember it's so funny to me, like when people don't realize how insulting this is. It's always like, oh hey, like I saw you with this more famous guy than you. Like, you know that guy?
Oh,
no.
It's like, yeah. We started at the same time.
Yeah.
Thanks for the support.
By the way, I like that you know about him and not me when we've been going to the same mics and doing this. You should put him on your show. I have plenty of times, and you've never come.
I was listening to your podcast the other day where you had that friend Javier on.
Yeah.
You just called him out like.
Oh, what do we call him out on? We call Javier out all the time.
Not even listening to the show. Thanks for being a fucking friend. You haven't even been to any of my shows.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that. He's like, oh yeah, I've never seen Ryan do stand up. Like, fucking how?
You'd never seen me do stand up. Yeah. Been friends for like 4 years.
Apparently
God, Javier.
Yeah, I know. Well, then I was sitting. I'm sure he didn't notice he did this last night.
Oh, when you were talking to him, tell him a story. I already knew.
Yeah, I'm telling the story. He already knows. He asked me the fucking question, and then he picked up his phone and started texting, and I'm like, you know the story.
Oh, huh?
What? Yeah. He did that, and then
you get a lot of those people. It's like I'll put. I have a bunch of people that just follow me or just have known me since high school or whatever. It's like I post this shit all the time. Like I literally have like 2 albums out from 2 different bands.
Right.
I have like fucking 18 songs that I post about it, and it's like, oh, you're in a band?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's been my life for the past,
you follow me
man,
on everything.
I know. Like I used to, it was specifically this one guy I would run into at the bar all the time at the Silver Dollar. And he'd be like, hey man, I see that you've been killing it with stand-up. Like I've been meaning it. And at this time I'm running the monthly show at the bar there too. And he's like, I've been meaning to come to one of the shows and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, no, you won't.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, come on, like I'm like, every time I see you, we have the same conversation.
Yeah,
and you still don't come.
Yeah. And then there's always those people that are like, you see them after every once in a while. Oh, hey, Dan, are you still doing that music thing? Like,
yeah.
It's
what do you mean that music thing?
It's my fucking life. It's not a. This isn't a hobby.
Although we got a Twitch. Yeah, we got a Twitch comment.
Yeah.
Want to be famous by followers, primes, and views on bigfollows.com. Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah. Let's just have 100,000 bots on your page.
I got 10,000 likes and 2 comments. Like
this
zero engagement.
This fucking bot just found us right now for complaining about not being famous.
Yeah.
You want to be famous? Have 100,000 bots.
Yeah.
10, not even 5 comments.
Shut the fuck up and pay up. That's what...
Call my cousin Sanjay.
Just zero
down in
engagement.
Mumbai. He'll take care of you.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, dude, that's so funny that like you've gone through that too. Like I get it with stand up all the time.
Yeah.
How about I was putting on a show in stage 2 at the Ice House, and Joe Rogan was in the main room.
Yeah.
And the group of people came that I knew,
Yeah.
and they were in line to come inside. And I was like, "Oh, cool! You guys came to my show." They were going to Rogan.
Oh. Wow.
It's like,
yeah. I was like, "Well, this is fucking awkward."
Yeah. And then you have those people that are within your own scene that are always pushing their content and like whatever they come out with. And did you know I came out with this, but they'll never check out your shit.
Yeah.
They'll only be concerned about
or you'll have them on. Or you'll have, I'm gonna who am I calling out right now? Or you'll have them on your podcast and they'll never post it or share it when you know that they have a following and stuff.
Yeah.
And like they won't even fucking help you out. Well, I mean, we had plenty of people like on FamCast do that. It was like
it's
yeah.
It's just game.
Should be a team effort.
Yeah.
Yeah. You think we're all like in the same.
If a band that I have played with in the past or I follow and it's like, or I know a musician from whatever scene, LA or whatever.
Yeah.
They come out with some shit, I'll listen to it. I'll share it.
Absolutely.
Why not?
Yeah, totally. I mean, when my friends put out like comedy albums or whatever, and they're trying to push that, like I'll post it. I'll post videos. I've shared videos of friends of mine that have been on Comedy Central and stuff, and it's like, but no one wants to help a good old Ryan. I'm just kidding.
Fuck me, right?
You get out of the hood and now you just forgot where you came from.
I'm just kidding. All right, I guess we'll wrap it there. Thanks, Daniel, for coming in. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Make sure you check out NeverSober on Spotify, iTunes, and where else? Anywhere else?
We're on Instagram.
NeverSober
band.
NeverSober band. Do we have another track we can leave on, or?
Sure. I mean, look it up on YouTube.
Let's go to YouTube. All right, hold on. We also need money. So if you go to patreon.com/hitthemics, then you can become a patron and get some bonus episodes. I got a few things coming up. I'm doing a Robert Land takeover. Robert Land is a good podcast that my friend does. It's about amusement parks.
Okay.
And this week we're gonna do a Ryan Land episode where I am the guest host.
Yeah.
So
talk about amusement park experiences.
Talk about amusement park experiences. Let me look up a song to leave on. I know I feel. How about this one? What is this? A playlist? That's not the same song, is it? No.
It's a difference. Yeah.
All right.
You can look up Pack the Lunch.
Well, I'm already here.
Okay. Fuck it. Let's listen to this song.
So we'll go out on this one. Thank you guys for listening and watching, and we'll see you later. We're doubling up, so we're going to be live again in a few hours with another guest from Australia. So that'll be fun. We'll see you guys in a bit.